Hey guys, it's Miss Savannah. So, for science this week, we're going to be talking about your skeletal system as well as your muscular system. But for today, we're going to focus on your skeletal system. So, your learning goal for Monday and Tuesday will be to know the parts of the skeletal system, not all the parts. We're just going to cover the basics. We're not going to need to know like every bone in the body or specifically how many bones are in your body, but we're going to cover the basics of the parts of the skeletal system. We're also going to discuss the purposes of the skeletal system and the functions. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first part we want to talk about is there are 5 major functions. The first one is to provide shape and support. So without your bones, you would just be kind of like a slime ball. Like you would just, I'm trying to think of an example, kind of like a jellyfish, right? A jellyfish doesn't have any bone, so it doesn't provide it with any like concrete shape or support. It's kind of like jelly. So that's the first function of the skeletal system. The next one, it enables you to move. So the skeletal system actually works with the muscular system to help you move and to help you walk and to help you lift your arm and help you tilt your head or shake no and shake yes and shake no. The next thing, it protects your internal organs. So if you look at this picture of the skeleton, you've got all of these bones here where your rib cage is. Under these bones, you've got a lot of your organs. You've got your heart and your lungs and different things like that. So it really protects you by protecting your organs inside. Because let's say if you were running and you didn't have any bones and you ran into somebody, your heart or your lungs would just kind of get like pushed on instead of your bones. So it's important that we have our bones to protect our internal organs. The next thing is it produces blood cells. So within your bones, you have something called bone marrow, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Within your bones, blood cells are produced and created. So that's pretty cool. And the next part is it stores certain materials. I'm going to hide this thing so you can see. It stores certain materials until your body needs them. The main material that it stores is calcium. So that's really important to know that your bones store calcium. Okay, so those are the 5 major functions of the skeletal system. Next, we have the purpose. So the main purpose is to provide structure and support to the human body. So when I say structure, I mean like I was talking about with the jellyfish. So we have a structure of our body and support. So that support includes like helping you move, protecting your internal organs, creating blood cells. So all of that. So the purpose aligns with the functions as well. So your bone marrow, we talked about this on the last slide, is where your blood cells are created. So that is within your bone. So it's a soft tissue inside the bone where new blood cells are generated. And that's really important, right? We need those blood cells. It also stores the mineral calcium for strength. So you drink milk. A lot of people drink milk to strengthen your bones because it has calcium in it. So that's really important to know that your bones also store calcium within it. We have a little picture of this. You don't need to know every single like piece of the bone, but you can see that you've got your bone marrow in here, your red marrow. So you've got your bone marrow where your blood cells are created and where your calcium is stored. All right, so next slide. We've got the bone anatomy. So like I said, we don't need to know like every piece of the bone. You'll learn about that as you get into higher grade levels, but we just want to know and focus on that, the skeletal system is made up of bones and other things, which we're going to talk about soon. All right, so the thing we're going to talk about soon is now. So your bone has cartilage. So the cartilage provides a smooth surface between bones. So between this bone and this bone, you've got cartilage within here, and It's sometimes a more flexible extension of a bone, as in the tip of your nose, so right here. So as an infant, much of your skeleton has cartilage. Let me see if I can move this. Ooh, perfect. There I am. So, but by the time you stop growing, most of the cartilage will have been replaced with hard bone tissue. So you've got cartilage here, you've got cartilage here. Okay, so next important thing is joints. So joints is a place in the body where two bones come together. So joints combine different bones. So joints allow bones to move in different ways, like here and your knees. So we got our shoulder, our hands. We got our pelvis down here that we can move this way and this way. So the bones in movable joints are held together by a strong connective tissue called a ligament. So right now, I really want us to focus on a joint, so that a joint is a place in the body where two bones come together, and it allows us to move in different ways. So don't forget that. Next, this is just a diagram of the different bones. So we've got our tibia and fibula, patella, our femur. I feel like you've heard some of these. You might have not heard of like your carpals or your ulna or your pelvic girdle or sternum or different things like that. But I just want you to take a little bit and look over this. You're not going to need to memorize these, but it is important to know that, a patella is a bone, or a scapula is a bone. So it's important to know that those are bones and not like organs or something like that. All right, so now we're on to muscular system, but we're going to go over that on the next video. So the things that you need to remember are the functions of the skeletal system. So I'm going to say those one more time. Provide shape and support, so you're not like a jellyfish. Enables you to move, so it works with the muscles to enable you to move. Protects your internal organs, as you can see here, especially. Within your bone, you produce blood cells, and within your bone, you store certain materials, specifically calcium, until your body needs them. And you guys can go back and rewatch this video just to read some of this stuff if you need to. So you could just pause at any time and do that. All right, so you guys let me know if you have any questions about bones or the skeletal system. So bones make up the skeletal system, as well as joints and cartilage. Okay, thank you.